Ever since my first video on Ragdoll Grounds, I really think that I've hit a soft spot in the community. And the mentality that these people had towards the video really shows it. The comments, the excuses, and even the counterpoints. And this video itself has become one of my most controversial, which resulted in some people who are from the Ragdoll Grounds community try their very hardest to avoid the criticism in the video by using really pathetic counterpoints. While some counterpoints are valid, majority are just laughably pathetic. But yeah, anyways, I'm doing another Ragdoll Grounds video. I know I would say I would move on from the game in my last Ragdoll Grounds video, but I gotta move on, and I suggest the community does the same. Because if you're just gonna make comments like this, then you honestly need to shut the fuck up. But as of lately, the last video, along with the first video, has had some newer comments put on it. And these comments have enticed me to look back and rewatch both of my videos, and I figured that I had to make a third video. To the people who don't know what happened between me and Ragdoll Grounds, I'll give you a quick recap. I made a video, Bad Roblox Games Ragdoll Grounds, which was a video that went over my personal problems with the game and overall criticism of the game. Unexpectedly, after I published the video, within 1 hour, the video would already have 88 views and a lot of backlash. This video by itself was basically the second coming of the Hot Pink Unicorn 7 blow up. Within seeing the amount of cringe that the comment section of the video have filled me up with, this resulted in a second video about Ragdoll Grounds. This specific video, the Roblox Ragdoll Grounds community is awful, but talk about the backlash, basically making fun of the comments of the video. The video in question would receive little backlash and was surprisingly well received. So basically, this video would be a final thoughts video, similar to my last one on Medieval Warfare. Before I acknowledge the counterpoints, I first have to do some corrections on my first Ragdoll Grounds video. So here we go. I made an assumption in the first video where I said that the idea of Ragdoll Grounds was originally a first-person shooter, but then they added ragdolling as a feature for clout. This obviously wasn't true, and according to Flood, the game actually used to be a ragdoll game, but then added the combat aspect. I've already acknowledged this on my last Ragdoll Grounds video, and according to Flood, only 2 other people work on this game. So there's only 3 developers, and the other people mentioned in the credits section were just people who submitted assets. A thing I forgot to say about the music in the first video, most notably the shop music, is that it barely fits the theme. Don't get me wrong, there are some songs that somewhat fit the theme for a regular shop, but you would still hear some fighting music while you're trying to look for a gun to buy. Now I believe I'm done with the corrections, now time for the counterpoints. Quick warning, these are going to be bad. Also, some stuff I'm going to say here would be already said in the last video, so let's just start already. It doesn't matter if you work hard in the game, mistakes were still made, and you can still be called out for it. I don't get why you think quote-unquote hard work is relevant to my video, but let's get one thing straight, it doesn't matter. So, it doesn't mean you're automatically immune to criticism. Like I said before, if you made mistakes, you can still be called out for it. What kind of pussy excuse is that? Oh, what's that? The game has bugs that can get annoying easily? Well, I mean, there's only a small bit of developers, so it doesn't really matter. Wait, what? You have a starter weapon while some dude who's been playing for like a year has the most overpowered weapon in the game? Well, I mean, there's only like 3 developers. It's fine. We don't need to worry about that. Wait, what's that? What are you saying? Your game is beyond unplayable and therefore should be called out? Well, I mean, there's only a little bit of developers working on the game. We can worry about that later. I don't recall doing so. The only thing that I could think of when I'm making fun of the progression system is just my argument against the unbalanced gameplay, which is an extremely fair argument, by the way. Other than that, I don't think I was making fun of the progression system. First of all, I'm not a grown man, you fucking retard. Second of all, let's say I was a grown man. How would that change the message of the video? Like, the message of the video would not change if I was an adult or not. It still stands. And the fact that you even tried this comeback in the first place just shows how fucking stupid the Ragdoll Grounds community is. I swear to God, I am fully convinced that half of the Ragdoll Grounds community has a dent in the top of their head. Are you all stupid? Why would I make a 15-minute video dissing the game solely because of its music? That is stupid shit. And I'm not sure how fried your brain is to think that. I have multiple reasons. Watch the full video! I don't care. No, I did not. There have been 3 people in the comments of my video saying that I used a slur, but the thing is, none of them give a clear elaboration as to the exact word I said. The only one that gives me a sign of what I said that could be a slur was this one comment basically saying I said the N-word, like hard R N-word, which is a load of bullshit. You can go watch both my Ragdoll Grounds videos, and I can assure you the N-word was not said there. The only word I can think of that they could be talking about is the word retard, which, according to literal fucking brainlets, is a slur directed towards mentally challenged or neurodivergent people. Which, no? Are you retarded? Looking at the history of the word, it was previously a medical term used for delaying. The word suddenly being negative, they switched from retard to handicapped. Also, on the topic of retard being a slur for mentally challenged or neurodivergent people, hello, I am a person with high-functioning autism. Retard is not a slur. Fuck off. You guys are the ones giving this word power, like, fucking cry harder, I guess? But yeah, no, retard is not a slur. Kill yourself. The video was never intended to be a constructive video. This video was made with the intentions to express and criticize the game for its irritating flaws. Don't like the shit I talk in my video? Boo-hoo! I can say what I want about the game, and I don't need some soy to cry in my comments just because his favorite game got rightfully clowned on. If that is seriously the case with the gore and blood splatter option, then I think my statement about the developers being brain dead is true. At this point, you might as well remove the gore and blood splatter option, because if you're gonna give off the illusion that blood can be disabled, then that literally just screams shit development. That's like telling an 8-year-old in 2010 to turn down the volume on that one screamer part in the Scary Maze game. Like, there's no indication that that will happen. Also, another thing to note is that this thing can really fuck up your game plan. And that is all I have for now. Oh man, do I have a lot to say about the final thoughts. For myself, I do believe I could have been better and less fucking toxic. And I am sorry for saying that the developers should stop developing over, like, issues that could be fixed. And for not really paying attention to some parts I pointed out in my video. The Ragdoll Grounds community, the community is straight up ass. Thankfully, some people who are from the community, and who have actually been playing the game since I believe 2020, have came in my defense saying that they are disappointed in the people in the comment section for their seething, including Flood themselves. Other than that, fuck the community. The entire response to my video was so pathetic and cringeworthy to witness that it literally makes me question Roblox overall. The counterpoints and excuses made it so obvious that this community cannot take criticism. Here's an extremely important tip that I think everybody should keep in mind. If a game you work on or support gets criticized, and the criticism is valid, just take the criticism. Just goddamn take it. Oh, your work or favorite game gets harshly criticized. That's fine. Just acknowledge why the person hates it instead of doing these mental fucking gymnastics just to avoid their complaints. And finally, mintfie, the modeler and major contributor of Ragdoll Grounds. Man, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, dog. You're a retarded bitch. Your entire argument against my video was nothing but an entire show of mental gymnastics and pity-seeking that you failed so hard at, just to avoid criticism. And I genuinely cannot believe you literally wrote this pile of shit and then thought that this was a valid argument. Out of all the people I've encountered when it came to Ragdoll Grounds community, Mint has got to be the dumbest bitch I've encountered. And I genuinely hope that Mint's response to the video serves as a lesson to never respond to criticism like this. Everything about this is wrong. Counting the problems with the comment: 1. Pointing out something that doesn't matter in any way. 2. Trying to make yourself look like a victim. 3. Basically saying that you can't take criticism unless it's positive, which is pathetic as hell. 4. Using nonsensical excuses to avoid criticism. And lastly, 5. Telling me to get off my platform. This is the prime example of literal stupidity. Here is my overall honest message to Mint. You are the dumbest bitch I've ever encountered when it comes to Ragdoll Grounds. And I hope you pull your head out of your ass one day and realize that the crap you just typed out was just absolutely retarded. And the fact that in response to criticism, you try your absolute hardest to avoid it, basically doing these mental gymnastics only for your brain to be fried over a video? that you say the dumbest shit possible. And I am just amazed. At that time, you thought this was an absolute banger to comment. Also, another thing to note is that you're a major contributor to the Ragdoll Grounds. And you being the most upset person out of all the comments in the first video, you gotta give the development team and the community overall a bad look. So here's some good advice for you, Mint. Don't make her create anything ever again until you grow the fuck up and get courage to actually accept valid criticism about the retarded shit that you think is a good idea to put on the internet. Anyways, final messages. Ragdoll Grounds community, your ass. Ragdoll Grounds game, you have potential to change. Mintfie, you're retarded. I myself could have been better. Thank you for watching this rant, and I hope I've made myself clear. But until then, that's all I have. See ya.